Okay, you guys, let's get into these next set of tips. If you did not see part one, I'm going to link it in the comment section below so you can get the first set of these tips for you girls who are in your 20s. The next tip is this. If you are the type of person that says that I just like to keep the peace, I want you to understand when you say that, what you're really saying is, I'm going to try to keep the peace on the outside while I'm raging war within. Like when you're keeping the peace, you're just like stopping yourself from saying what you really want to say or expressing how you really want to be treated or how you really see the situation. Don't say you're keeping the peace when you're not peaceful in the inside. You cannot give what you don't have on the inside. So if you're saying you're keeping the peace, you're really not. It's time for you to stand up for yourself. Say your truth, stand in that truth, be bold in that truth, and be okay with people who agree and people who don't agree. The next one is to start caring less what other people think of you. This is one of the biggest struggles that most people have. I don't care if you're 20. I believe it starts around the age of 3.5 years old. When a child falls down and somebody laughs at them and they pay attention to it, and it's like, they start to notice the reaction of other people, and that just continues throughout your life. I've worked with people in their 60s that really still care about what their cousin is going to say, or even worse, what a stranger is going to think about them on the internet. And I'm not saying that this is an easy thing to do, but the sooner you practice not caring what other people think about you, the stronger and more confident you'll be in years to come. My pastor said years ago, and I still believe this, he said that the biggest addiction within people is not sex, is not drugs, it's not alcohol. It's the opinion of other people. We are addicted to the opinion of other people. So just think back to the last 5 things that you wanted to do, and then ask yourself, why didn't you do it? Some of y'all are going to say, well, I didn't do it because my mother said, or because somebody told me it wasn't going to work, or I didn't like how my sister felt about it. It more often than not, it comes back to somebody else's opinion. Start relying on your opinion. Practice that now. So when you get older, you just gonna make your decisions, and that's that, and that's what it is, and people just gonna know that that's who she is, and they just gonna respect it and move out your way or get in alignment, whichever it is. The next point is to fail faster. One of the things that people do so often in life is like they're doing everything not to fail. Like it's like they're pressing on the gas in their car and the brake at the same time. Like I'm gonna go a little bit, but I just don't want to fail. I took a course a long time ago that taught you how to fail faster. Like who's gonna sign up for that? I did, because I knew that the sooner I get to the solution, but on the road to the solution, you're going to fumble. And those fumbles are learning lessons. Those fumbles, you're going to learn so much from that you're going to be able to go back and help other people. Hence what I'm doing right now. You would consider the fact that I failed the 9th grade 3 times, never graduated from high school, never got a high school diploma, never got my GED, never got any formal training. You would consider that a big loss, right? Well, guess what I do? I take all that and I teach other people what I've learned through the process. So, fail faster. And why don't you want to fail? Go back to the last point, because you're worried about what other people are thinking. But I want you to remember that there was a time in your life when you were like 2 years old where you didn't child, you ain't care if you had clothes on in front of people. You were just releasing yourself, sitting on the couch, watching TV, drinking a bottle, peeing and pooping at the same time. Like you were not cognizant of the people that were around you. You were just doing you. I want you to get back to that. Get back to doing you, and doing you, you're going to have some failures along the way. And so what? At least you're trying. That part. Next point is stop playing small. I know you feel like don't want to toot your own horn. You want to be humble and you don't want to seem like you're so proud of your accomplishment. Auntie, you are a child of God. Do I need to say anything else? So you playing small, like God don't create nothing insignificant. Every single thing that he created is significant, and that includes you. So stop playing small. Own your gifts, own your talent, own your abilities, and walk in your purpose with confidence and with clarity. And don't play small when you walk up in that room. The next tip, you guys, this is so important. You need to incorporate a self-care routine. And this goes so much deeper than just doing your hair and your nails. You know, most of the time our self-care routine consists of, as soon as you jump up in the morning, you jump in the shower, you put some eyelashes on, you do your hair, and you make sure your clothes look cute, and you walk out the door. Honey, I'm going to need you to understand that self-care has a lot to do with your mental state, incorporating some meditation, incorporating some mindfulness thinking, incorporating some breathing techniques so you can get this power and walk in all of these tips that I'm talking about. This is where I gained my confidence. Literally, my confidence came from my meditations in the morning, waking up before my children woke up in the morning, before my husband, and sat there in the wee hours of the morning and just was quiet, listening to God and going over my life and realizing what I was good at. And when I would visualize and meditate on certain memories in my life, I would say, wow, when I talked to this person, she really felt like I helped her. But I had conflicting, Angel, you're dumb, you're stupid, you didn't graduate high school, but every time you open up your mouth, you're changing people's lives. So that was a lot to marry and to be able to walk this thing out. But I was able to do that through meditation, being still. So your self-care goes so much deeper than making sure that your eyelashes are on and your hair is done. Really get into a self-care routine that goes deeper into your mental state and also into your health. Your self-care routine is not just something that you do 10 minutes in the morning. You are taking care of yourself at lunchtime. What are you eating? What are you drinking? What are you digesting into your body? That's your self-care routine as well. So the sooner you do this, the more it will be a mental muscle habit when you get older, because when you get older, there is no life will force upon you a self-care routine. People will say, now I got to take my diabetes medicine. Now I can't eat starch. I can't eat sugar. I can't da-da-da-da-da-da. So if you do this now, a lot of those things you won't have to worry about when you get older. And the last and final tip, you guys, is this one. This is a tip that I've told my daughters since I can remember. You are going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes in life. Just don't make the big mistakes. Like, you can accidentally get into a car accident. Yes, God forbid everybody lives, and it's a bumper, tail bumper, or whatever you call it. But don't make the mistake of having unprotected sex. I mean, that's such a well thought out activity. Don't make the mistake of getting pregnant and bringing a child into this world when you're not financially able to do it. Like, that's a big mistake. Like, don't keep sleeping with all these boys and giving your body to them, hoping that they make you your girlfriend or marry you. Like, those are big, to me. Those are big mistakes. So again, remember my first tip in this series was don't take this as law. But what are the big mistakes for you? Know what the big mistakes are for you and then govern your life accordingly. I remember Steve Harvey, listening to him years ago. He said that he had his children write down 25 things that they would never do, never, ever, ever. And I remember one of the things being robbing a bank and raping somebody. Oh gosh, I hope I'm allowed to say that. But all these things, what are some non-negotiable mistakes you are never going to make? And when you make that decision, when you set your mind on that, you're literally setting yourself up for a much easier life when you get older. I so hope, wish, and pray that these tips have helped you. If they did, let me know in the comment section below. Share this video with somebody who is in their 20s or 30s who could use these tips as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video.